What's up, my friends and viewers? Hengist here with TGN, ready to discuss a subject that I've been a bit on edge about, and that is the top racing titles coming down the pipeline for the PlayStation. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I've sat down to enjoy a racing game, it's always been on the PlayStation. To me, Forza and PGR, they just don't do too much for me, and I do love some of the cross-plats like Burnout and Need for Speed, but I tend to gravitate more toward racing simulations, which bring in that whole prospect of realism to your experience. Because, let's face it, if you get your license suspended and you have a plate tab that's 4 months expired, you've got to be able to drive at some point. Anyways, if you followed my previous videos at all, I was more than a little bit vexed that Gran Turismo 6 will not be launching on the PlayStation 4 in November, but a little something called DriveClub will be. Initially, like most people, I brushed this game off my shoulders just a wannabe, but with the past Gamescom, we've seen more of these two games, and I gotta say, I'm seriously considering DriveClub as a competitor. Evolution Studios did pretty well with MotorStorm in the past, but it looks like they're taking themselves a lot more seriously with this title. A little background though, Gran Turismo 6 is the latest in a legacy of titles spanning about 17 years. And it is PlayStation's most successful game franchise to date. GT6 is being developed by the same crew with resources drawn from the same places, so it's pretty much a given that this game is gonna be solid. But the Gran Turismo 6 Academy that came out a couple months ago, I for one was not impressed. It was essentially the same thing as GT5 in my eyes, with very little improvements made to the engine or the visuals. It'd be more appropriate, however, to compare that Academy to Gran Turismo 5 Prologue, if you guys remember that, so we can expect some significant improvements for its final release, but it is, after all, running on the PlayStation 3. We literally know nothing about Gran Turismo 6 on the PlayStation 4 because Polyphony Digital's done nothing but tease people about it. Frankly, that's a sales technique, and I don't like it. I just want you to show me the f***ing game, which is why my eyes have turned to DriveClub. Let me tell you why. Gran Turismo 6 comes out in early December for PS3 and probably after Q2 of 2014 for PlayStation 4. So the predicament was, do we wait to buy the next-gen version, which, like I said, we've only been teased about, or do we buy it for PS3 and be forced to double dip for that next-gen experience? However, DriveClub is a launch title for the PS4, and let me tell you, it looks f***ing amazing. These are the next-gen graphics I've been wanting to see out of Gran Turismo, so let me ask you, with the way this game is shaping up, is there even a good reason to buy Gran Turismo 6 at all? Now, sure, DriveClub doesn't have the foundation that Gran Turismo does, which means it probably won't have a giant encyclopedia of cars and tracks, but by golly, it's worth the money just to see what the PS4 can begin to do with that sexy hardware. What are the chances that this game just up and cancels GT6 for PS4 and pushes the franchise back to GT7, which would probably result in an epic failure for Gran Turismo 6? Frankly, at this point, I feel like that's what Sony deserves for this poor planning, for not having a PS4 version of your most successful franchise to launch with your brand new console whose future is really up in the air at this point. It just doesn't really make sense to me from a marketing standpoint. So let me share my thoughts with you. Based on what I've played with the Gran Turismo Academy, which for those of you who don't know is like a demo of the unfinished GT6 available for free at the PlayStation Store, it pains me to say this, I'm not even planning on buying Gran Turismo 6 because I'm not a sucker. Now obviously, not everyone is going to drop $400 on launch day for a new PS4, but I sure as hell am, and as soon as I do, I'm going to give my PS3 to my parents as an upgrade to their streaming devices. I'm sorry, Polyphony Digital, but DriveClub looks like it's going to be featured on thebomb.com. That cockpit camera view looks astounding, and I don't care if it's half the simulation that GT6 is. I'm still going to enjoy it more because it'll be new and next-gen. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Are you a Gran Turismo loyalist and you're going to be playing Gran Turismo 6 even though it'll be released on an outdated console? Or are you just going to say f*** it and play a shinier game on your new PS4? Share this video with your friends. I want to hear their thoughts as well. Thanks for watching and keep it real out there, ladies and gents. I'll see you next time.